I've never been the kind of person who believes in fate. Love at first sight. Please, soulmates. A romantic fantasy. The idea that one single moment could change your entire life. Ridiculous. Until it happened to me. It was a Friday night in late September. And I was doing what I did every Friday night. Avoiding my life. My best friend Maya had dragged me to some art gallery opening in downtown Portland, insisting I needed to get out there after my breakup with Trevor 3 months ago. You can't hide in your apartment forever. Liv, she'd said, physically pulling me off my couch. You're 28 years old. This is supposed to be your prime. Stop wasting it on Netflix and ice cream. Netflix and ice cream never cheated on me with their yoga instructor, I pointed out. Fair. But they also won't help you move on. Come on, free wine, interesting people, maybe you'll meet someone. I don't want to meet someone. Then meet a distraction. Same thing. So there I was, standing in the Meridian Gallery surrounded by abstract paintings I didn't understand, sipping cheap white wine and pretending to be interested while Maya flirted with the artist, a guy named Sebastian with a man bun and paint-splattered jeans. I checked my watch. 20 more minutes and I could reasonably claim exhaustion and escape back to my apartment, my sweatpants, and the new season of whatever I was binge-watching. Excuse me, is this seat taken? I looked up from my phone to see a man gesturing to the bench I was sitting on. The gallery had gotten crowded and seating was limited. No, go ahead. He sat down, leaving a respectful distance between us. I went back to my phone, scrolling mindlessly through social media, until I heard him laugh quietly. Not a fan of modern art? He asked. I glanced at him properly for the first time. Late 20s, maybe early 30s. Dark hair that looked like he'd run his hands through it a few too many times. Green eyes behind wire-rimmed glasses. A slight smile that suggested he wasn't on a joke I hadn't heard yet. Is it that obvious? You've been staring at your phone for 10 minutes while standing in front of a $15,000 painting. Either you're not interested in art or you're avoiding someone. Can it be both? He laughed, a genuine sound that made me smile despite myself. Fair point. I'm Ethan. Olivia. Liv. Nice to meet you, Liv. So who are you avoiding? Ex-boyfriend? Overeager suitor? Your friend who dragged you here? That obvious too? I'm here against my will too. My sister is dating the gallery owner. She said I needed to support her relationship and stop being a hermit. He made air quotes around the words. What's your excuse? Best friend thinks I need to get out there and stop wallowing. I mimicked his air quotes. Recent breakup? 3 months ago. You 6 months. Engaged for 2 years. She called it off 8 weeks before the wedding. Ouch. I'm sorry. Don't be. Turned out she'd been having doubts for a year, but didn't want to hurt my feelings. Apparently, waiting until everything was planned and paid for was the better option. There was humor in his voice, but pain underneath it. I recognized it because I heard the same thing in my own voice when I talked about Trevor. My ex cheated with his yoga instructor, I offered. Found out when I came home early from work, and they were, well, let's just say downward dog took on a whole new meaning. Ethan snorted wine through his nose, then coughed, laughing. I'm sorry, that's not funny. It's a little funny. In retrospect, at the time I threw his meditation singing bowl at his head. Did you hit him? Barely missed, but I got his expensive ergonomic desk chair. Very satisfying. We sat in comfortable silence for a moment, watching the crowd mill around. A woman in a bright yellow dress was enthusiastically explaining a painting to her disinterested date. A couple in matching turtlenecks were arguing in loud whispers about whether the blue meant despair or transcendence. This is excruciating, Ethan said. The worst. Want to get out of here. I looked at him, the stranger I'd known for all of 10 minutes, and something in his expression told me he wasn't hitting on me. He was just someone else who didn't want to be here, offering an escape route. My friend will kill me. My sister will understand. She knows I hate these things. I glanced across the room to where Maya was still deep in conversation with Sebastian. She looked happy, engaged, completely unaware I was even there. You know what? Yes, let's go. We slipped out of the gallery like teenagers ditching school. And once we hit the street, we both started laughing. I can't believe we just did that, I said. I can't believe how easy that was. I've been trying to leave for an hour. Where do we go now? Ethan looked around at the Portland street shops and restaurants and bars all lit up in the autumn evening. There's a good taco place about 2 blocks from here. Best fish tacos in the city. You interested? I should have said no. I should have gone home, texted Maya an excuse, and continued my careful, control grieving process. Instead, I said, I could eat. Rusty's Taco Shack was exactly what it sounded like, a hole-in-the-wall place with mismatched furniture, string lights, and the best fish tacos I'd ever tasted. Oh my god, I said around my first bite. This is amazing, right? I found this place during my dark post-breakup period. Spent a lot of nights here drowning my sorrows in tacos and margaritas. Sounds like a good coping mechanism, better than the alternatives. My friends wanted me to do the whole rebound thing, hit the clubs, meet random people. I just wanted to eat tacos and feel sorry for myself. I understood that completely. After Trevor, everyone had advice about how to move on. Date immediately. Don't date for at least a year. Work on yourself. Put yourself out there. Delete social media. Join every dating app. The advice was endless and contradictory and exhausting. Why do people think they know what's best for us? I asked. Maya means well, but she's been with the same guy since college. She has no idea what it's like to start over at 28. My sister is the same. Happily married for 5 years, thinks everyone else should be coupled up to. Doesn't understand that some of us are perfectly fine alone. Are you? I asked. Fine alone. He considered the question while taking a bite of his taco. I'm getting there. Some days are better than others. You same. Some days I'm fine. Other days I want to hunt down Trevor's yoga instructor and ask her if he was worth ruining my life over. Was it serious? You and Trevor. 3 years. Lived together for 2. I thought we were heading toward marriage, kids, the whole thing. Apparently, he thought we were heading toward a dead end and didn't bother to mention it. That's the worst part, Ethan said. The not knowing. The wondering how long they'd been unhappy without telling you. How many moments you thought were good were actually them tolerating you. Until something better came along. Exactly. I set down my taco, suddenly animated. Everyone says you deserve better, and it's his loss. But what I really want to know is, what was wrong with me? What did I miss? How did I not see it coming? Nothing was wrong with you. You trusted someone who didn't deserve your trust. That's not a flaw, Liv. That's just bad luck. It was something I'd heard a dozen times from Maya, from my mom, from my therapist. But hearing it from Ethan, a stranger who understood, because he'd been through it too, it hit different. What was her name? I asked. Your ex? Natalie. We met in grad school. She was studying architecture. I was in computer science. We were the couple everyone envied. Perfect on paper, but not in reality. In reality, she wanted someone more spontaneous, more adventurous. I'm a homebody. I like routine. She wanted to travel the world. I wanted to build a home. She thought I'd change. I thought she'd settle down. We were both wrong. Do you miss her? I miss who I thought she was. The version of her that existed in my head. The real Natalie? No. We wanted different things. It would have ended eventually. She just had the courage to pull the plug before we wasted more years on something that wasn't working. That's very mature of you. He laughed. Don't let the wisdom fool you. I spent the first 3 months eating my feelings and playing video games. The maturity is recent. We ordered another round of tacos and another round of margaritas. The conversation flowed easily, touching on everything and nothing. Our jobs. I was a marketing manager at a tech startup. He was a software developer. Our families, both of us, had overbearing but well-meaning relatives. Our embarrassing college stories has involved the toga party gone wrong. Mine involved karaoke and extremely poor song choices. I can't believe you sang Total Eclipse of the Heart at a frat party, he said, laughing. I was very drunk and very emotional. It seemed appropriate at the time. Did you finish the whole song? Every dramatic note. I'm told there was crying involved. That's incredible. I need video evidence. Thankfully, this was before smartphones. The evidence died with the flip phone era. By the time we finished eating, it was after 10. The restaurant was starting to empty out, and we were the last customers at our table. I should probably get home, I said reluctantly. Early morning tomorrow. Yeah, me too. But neither of us moved. We walked out into the cool September night. The street was quieter now, most people having moved on to bars or clubs. My car was parked near the gallery, 3 blocks away. I'll walk you, Ethan said. You don't have to. I want to. Plus my car's that direction too. We walked slowly, neither of us in a hurry to end the evening. It felt strange. I'd known this person for barely 3 hours, but it felt like longer. Like we'd been friends for years. This was nice, I said as we reached my car. Unexpected, but nice. Yeah, it was. Thanks for ditching the gallery with me. Thanks for the tacos and therapy session. He smiled. And in the streetlight, his green eyes looked almost gold. We stood there in one of those awkward goodbye moments. Neither of us quite sure how to end the evening. Can I get your number? He asked. I promise I'm not hitting on you. It was nice to talk to someone who gets it. Maybe we could do this again sometime. Taco therapy. Taco therapy. I repeated, smiling. Yeah, I'd like that. We exchanged numbers, and I got in my car. As I drove away, I could see him in my rearview mirror, standing on the sidewalk watching me go. When I got home, Maya had already texted me 17 times, ranging from "where did you go?" to "if you got kidnapped, blink twice" to "okay, I see you read my messages. You're alive. Call me." I called. "Where the hell did you disappear to?" she demanded. I left. I wasn't feeling it. You could have told me. You were busy with Sebastian. I didn't want to interrupt. So you just vanished. Very mature, Liv. I met someone. We got tacos. Silence. Then, you met someone. Like a guy someone. A friend someone. He was at the gallery avoiding his life too. We escaped together. Is he cute? Maya, is he? I thought about Ethan's crooked smile, the way his eyes crinkled when he laughed. Yeah, he's cute. But it's not like that. We're just friends. Friends who get tacos together on a Friday night. Friends who understand what it's like to have your life fall apart. It was nice, okay? Not everything is about romance. Okay. I believe you. But Liv. Yeah. I'm proud of you. You left your house, met someone, had a good time. That's progress. She was right. It was progress. Small progress, but progress nonetheless. That night, I fell asleep thinking about green eyes and fish tacos and the way Ethan had said, "Nothing was wrong with you," like he really meant it. Ethan texted me Sunday afternoon. Asterisk, how's your weekend going? Recovered from gallery trauma yet? Asterisk, me, barely. The horror of pretentious art commentary still haunts me. You? Asterisk, Ethan. Same. Sister called to yell at me for abandoning her. Worth it though. Those tacos were great. Asterisk, me. The tacos or the company? Asterisk, Ethan. Can it be both? Asterisk, I smiled at my phone like an idiot. Asterisk, me. Are you always this smooth? Asterisk, Ethan. Only on days ending in Y. Seriously though. Want to grab coffee sometime this week? Asterisk, we met Wednesday at a cafe near my office. Then Friday at a bookstore. Then the following Tuesday for lunch. It became a pattern, casual meetups that felt easy and natural. Conversations that ranged from deep our fears about never finding love again to ridiculous. Whether a hot dog was a sandwich. It's absolutely not a sandwich. I insisted during one of our debates. Sandwiches required separate pieces of bread. But the definition of sandwich is filling between bread. Hot dogs have filling between bread. On that logic, a taco is a sandwich. Maybe it is. You're insane. I'm a visionary. People said Einstein was crazy too. Did you just compare yourself to Einstein over hot dog taxonomy? I did, and I stand by it. Maya was convinced we were dating. You see him 3 times a week, Liv. That's dating. We're friends. We talk about our exes. You don't do that on dates. You talk about your exes because you're both too scared to admit you like each other. I don't like him like that. Sure you don't, but she was wrong. Ethan was my friend. My safe space. The person I could text at 2 a.m. when I couldn't sleep because I'd seen something. That reminded me of Trevor. The person who understood why some days I was fine and other days I fell apart over nothing. He was dealing with his own stuff too. Natalie had reached out to him, wanting closure. He'd spent an entire evening at my apartment, eating pizza and ranting about how closure was a myth. And why couldn't people just let things be over? She wants to know if we can be friends, he said, picking pepperoni off his slice. After she left me 8 weeks before our wedding. After I lost all our mutual friends in the breakup. After I had to call everyone and cancel everything, now she wants to be friends. What did you say? I said I'd think about it, but I don't want to be friends with her. I want to never think about her again. Then tell her that. I don't want to be the bad guy, Ethan. She called off your wedding. You're allowed to not want to be her friend. That doesn't make you the bad guy. He looked at me, something vulnerable in his expression. Why is this so much easier to see clearly when it's not your own life? Because emotions make us stupid. That's why I have you to tell me when I'm being stupid about Trevor. Are you being stupid about Trevor? I stalked his Instagram last night for 20 minutes. He's dating someone new. A Pilates instructor this time. Apparently, he has a type. That's not stupid. That's human. It felt stupid. She's gorgeous and flexible and probably has her life together. And you're gorgeous and successful and definitely have your life together. I snorted. I cried over a commercial for fabric softener yesterday. I don't have anything together. The one with the baby. That commercial is emotional manipulation. Everyone cries at that. Did you cry? I teared up. There's a difference. We both laughed, and the heaviness lifted. This was what our friendship looked like: honesty, support, and the understanding that healing wasn't linear. Some days we were fine. Other days we were a mess. And that was okay because we were a mess together. But somewhere around week 6 of our friendship, something shifted. It was subtle at first. The way my heart beat a little faster when I saw his name on my phone. The way I started putting more effort into what I wore on days I knew I'd see him. The way I caught myself thinking about him at random moments, wondering what he'd think of something I saw, wanting to tell him about my day. I told myself it meant nothing. We were friends. Good friends. The kind of friend you think about because you value their opinion, not because you're developing feelings. But then came Halloween. Maya was throwing a costume party at her apartment, and she'd invited half of Portland. I'd initially planned to skip at Halloween parties meant couples costumes and romantic tension, and everything I was trying to avoid. But Maya had insisted, and I'd made the mistake of mentioning it to Ethan. A Halloween party. He'd said over coffee. That sounds fun. You hate parties. I hate pretentious art galleries. Halloween parties are different. There's candy. Are you inviting yourself to Maya's party? Maybe. Would that be weird? Yes, I thought. Because Maya will read into it and make knowing faces at me all night. No, I said. You should come. Maya won't mind. What would you go as? I have no idea. What are you going as? I haven't decided yet. But by the time Saturday rolled around, I put together a pretty decent Lois Lane costume: pencil skirt, white blouse, press badge I'd made at work. Professional but cute. Ethan showed up at my door at 7:30, right on time. I opened it and burst out laughing. He was wearing a Superman costume. You didn't, I said. I didn't know. He was laughing too. I swear, I had no idea what you were wearing. This is just what I had in my closet from last year. You have a Superman costume just lying around. Office Halloween party. It was superhero themed. I went as the most obvious choice. Well, we're matching now. Is that weird? Maya's voice echoed in my head. You see him 3 times a week. Liv. That's dating. No, I said. It's funny. Very funny. Completely platonic and funny, right? Platonic. But there was something in his eyes I couldn't quite read. The party was crowded. Maya's apartment was small, and she'd invited everyone she'd ever met. Music pulsed from a speaker someone had set up in the corner. The kitchen table was covered with snacks and a truly impressive amount of alcohol. Liv. Maya appeared, dressed as Poison Ivy, with Sebastian unsurprisingly as her Harley Quinn. Her eyes widened when she saw Ethan, then widened more when she noticed our matching costumes. Are you guys? Coincidence, I said quickly. Complete coincidence. Sure it is, she grinned. Well, you two look adorable. The couple's costume contest is at 9. We're not a couple, I said at the same time Ethan said. There's a contest. Maya just smiled knowingly and disappeared into the crowd. Sorry about her, I said. She's been trying to set me up with someone for months. She thinks everyone should be in a relationship. It's fine. My sister's the same way. He grabbed a beers from the cooler. Want to find somewhere quieter? We ended up on Maya's tiny balcony, which overlooked the parking lot, but at least offered some relief from the noise and crowd. The October air was crisp, and I shivered in my thin blouse. Here. Ethan shrugged off his jacket. He'd worn one over the Superman costume and draped it over my shoulders. It smelled like his cologne, something woodsy and warm. I pulled it closer. Thanks. Can't have Lois Lane freezing to death. Superman would never allow it. Very heroic of you. We stood in comfortable silence for a moment, watching the party through the glass door. Someone had started a drinking game in the living room. A couple was making out aggressively in the corner. Do you ever miss it? Ethan asked suddenly. Being part of a couple? Having someone? I thought about it honestly. Sometimes. Not Trevor specifically, but the idea of him. Having someone to text about stupid things. Someone to watch TV with. Someone who was just there. Yeah, that's the hardest part for me too. It's not Natalie I miss. It's having a person. Have you thought about dating again? My sister wants to set me up with one of her friends, Laura. She's a lawyer, apparently very nice. Definitely has her life together. Something twisted in my chest. Are you going to do it? I don't know. Part of me thinks I should. It's been 6 months. That's long enough, right? But another part of me thinks I'm not ready. That I'd just be going through the motions. You should do it when you're ready. Not when your sister thinks you should be ready. What about you? Maya trying to set you up? Constantly. She has a whole list of eligible men she wants me to meet. But I'm not interested. I'm not ready. Maybe we're never ready, Ethan said. Maybe we just do it anyway and hope for the best. He was looking at me now, really looking at me. And something in the air shifted. It was like all the noise from the party faded away, and it was just us on this balcony, standing closer than we needed to be. Ethan, I started, but I didn't know how to finish the sentence. Yeah? The balcony door slid open. There you are. Maya burst out, drunk and giggling. It's time for the costume contest. Come on, you two are definitely winning cutest couple. We're not, I started. But Maya had already grabbed both our hands and was pulling us inside. The contest was ridiculous. Maya made us stand in front of everyone while she announced each couple. When she got to us, she made a big show of it. And last but certainly not least, we have Superman and Lois Lane, who, despite insisting they're just friends, she made exaggerated air quotes, definitely have the best accidental couples costume of the night. Everyone cheered. Ethan and I looked at each other, both of us laughing awkwardly. Say something cute. Someone yelled from the crowd. We're not actually together. I said into the microphone Maya had thrust at me. But you could be. Maya sing-songed, and everyone laughed. Ethan took the microphone. Liv's right, we're just friends. But she's the best friend I've made in years. So I'll take it. It was sweet and genuine. And everyone AWWW'd. We didn't win the contest that went to a couple dressed as Mario and Luigi, but afterward, people kept coming up to us, commenting on how cute we were together, asking how long we'd been dating. Since never, I kept saying, we're friends, but saying it over and over started to feel like trying to convince myself. After the party, Ethan walked me home. It was only 3 blocks, and I'd made the walk alone 100 times, but when he'd offered, I hadn't said no. That was fun, he said. Despite the constant accusations of us being a couple, Maya means well. She's just enthusiastic about other people's love lives. Does it bother you? People thinking we're together. Does it bother you? I asked first. We'd reached my building. I stopped at the entrance, turning to face him. The streetlight cast strange shadows across his face, making him look different. Older, maybe. Or just more serious than usual. It doesn't bother me, I said. You're my friend. I don't care what people think. Right, friend? He said the word like he was testing it out. Seeing how it fit. Ethan, is something wrong? No. Maybe. I don't know. He ran his hand through his hair, that gesture I'd come to recognize as his nervous tell. Can I ask you something? Of course. If we had met 6 months ago, before Natalie, before Trevor, would things be different? My heart started beating faster. What do you mean? I mean, if we'd met under different circumstances, would we be friends? Or would it be something else? I knew what he was asking. I knew, and I didn't know how to answer without ruining everything we'd built. I don't know. I said honestly. Maybe, he repeated. That's something, I guess. Why are you asking me this? He looked at me for a long moment. Because I've been trying not to feel this way. I've been trying to be a good friend, to not complicate things, to respect the fact that we're both dealing with our own stuff. But Liv, he stopped, shaking his head. What? Nothing. Forget it. It's late. I'm tired. I've had too much to drink. You had the beers over for hours. Then I have no excuse. He smiled, but it didn't reach his eyes. I should go. I'll text you tomorrow. Ethan, wait. But he was already walking away. Hands in his pockets, shoulders hunched against the cold. I went up to my apartment and immediately called Maya, even though it was after midnight. Is everything okay? She answered groggily. I think Ethan almost told me he has feelings for me. Silence. Then, finally, okay, I'm awake now. Tell me everything. I recounted the conversation on my doorstep, the strange tension, the question about if things would be different. Liv, he's into you. He has been since the gallery. He's not into me. We're friends. Friends don't look at each other the way you two look at each other. Friends don't text each other good morning every day. Friends don't accidentally wear matching costumes. That was a coincidence, was it? Or did he see you post something about Lois Lane on Instagram last week and decide to be Superman? I tried to remember. Had I posted about my costume? Oh my God. Exactly. The man coordinated matching costumes. That's romance, Liv. Not friendship. But we're not ready. We're both still dealing with our breakups. Says who? Who decided there's a timeline for this stuff? If you like him and he likes you, why are you fighting it? Because what if it doesn't work out? What if we date and it falls apart and I lose the best friend I've made in years? And what if it does work out? What if you're so busy protecting yourself from what could go wrong that you miss what could go right? After we hung up, I lay in bed staring at the ceiling. My phone buzzed with a text. Asterisk asterisk Ethan, sorry about tonight. I didn't mean to make things weird. Still friends? Asterisk 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 me, always. But Ethan. Asterisk 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 Ethan. Yeah? Asterisk asterisk I started to type I think we should talk about this, but deleted it. Started to type I might have feelings for you too, but deleted that as well. Finally, asterisk asterisk me nothing. Sleep well. Asterisk 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 Ethan, you too. Sweet dreams, Liv. Asterisk asterisk I didn't have sweet dreams. I barely slept at all. For the next week. Things were weird. Not overtly weird, we still texted. Still made plans, but there was a new awkwardness that hadn't been there before. Our conversations felt careful, like we were both avoiding saying what we really meant. I threw myself into work, taking on extra projects and staying late at the office. If I was busy, I wouldn't have time to think about green eyes and the way Ethan's voice sounded when he said my name. Maya was no help. She'd become obsessed with the idea of Ethan and me as a couple, bringing it up constantly. Have you talked to him about what he said? There's nothing to talk about. He didn't actually say anything. He implied everything. That's basically the same thing. It's not the same thing at all. You're being deliberately obtuse. Maybe I was, but admitting I have feelings for Ethan meant acknowledging that I was putting my heart on the line again. And the last time I'd done that, I found my boyfriend in bed with someone else. Thursday evening. Ethan called instead of texting. Hey, he said. And even through the phone, I could hear the hesitation in his voice. Want to grab dinner tomorrow? I can't. Work thing, Saturday. Maya's birthday. I'm helping her set up Sunday. I have plans. I didn't, but I couldn't see him. Not yet. Not when I didn't know what to say. Liv, are you avoiding me? No. I'm just busy, right? Busy. He paused. Did I do something wrong? Halloween night, did I? You didn't do anything wrong. I promise. I'm really just busy. Okay, but he didn't sound convinced. Well, when you're not busy, let me know. I miss hanging out with you. After we hung up, I felt terrible. I was avoiding him, and he knew it, and I was hurting him by doing it. But I didn't know what else to do. The following Tuesday, I was having lunch at my desk when my office phone rang. This is Olivia. Hi, Liv. This is Sarah. From reception. There's someone here to see you. And Ethan. He says he's a friend. My heart jumped. Tell him I'll be right down. Ethan was standing in the lobby, looking uncomfortable in his work clothes, dark jeans, and a button-down shirt. He had a bag from Rusty's Taco Shack in his hand. Hi, he said when he saw me. Hi? What are you doing here? You've been avoiding me for a week. I figured if I showed up at your office, you couldn't make excuses. I haven't been avoiding you, Liv. Come on. We've been hanging out 3 or 4 times a week for 2 months. Now suddenly you're too busy. What's going on? I looked around at the lobby, at Sarah watching us with undisguised interest, at my coworkers passing by. Not here, I said. There's a park across the street. Come on. He walked to the small park in silence. It was a beautiful day. The autumn leaves were turning gold and red, and the sun was warm despite the crisp air. We sat on a bench, the taco bag between us. I brought lunch, Ethan said. Fish tacos. A peace offering. You didn't need to do that. Apparently I did, because you won't talk to me. He turned to face me. What happened, Liv? What did I do? You didn't do anything. I'm the one who's being weird. Then why are you avoiding me? I took a deep breath. Because I'm scared. Of what? Of this. Of us. Of whatever this is becoming. He was quiet for a moment. What is it becoming? I don't know. That's the problem. I don't know if we're friends or if we're something else or if I'm just confused. Because you're the first person I've felt close to since Trevor. And that scares you. Terrifies me. The last time I trusted someone, the last time I let myself care about someone, he destroyed me. I can't go through that again. I'm not Trevor. I know that. Rationally, I know that. But the scared part of my brain doesn't care about rational. It just remembers what it felt like to come home and find him with someone else. It remembers feeling like I wasn't enough. And I can't. My voice broke. I hadn't meant to cry, but suddenly tears were streaming down my face. Hey, Ethan moved closer, wrapping his arm around me. It's okay. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to push you. You didn't push me. I'm just a mess. You're not a mess. You're hurt. There's a difference. I leaned into him, letting myself cry for the first time since the breakup. Really cry. Not the controlled tears I'd allowed myself in private. He held me, not saying anything, just being there. When I finally stopped, I pulled away. Embarrassed. Sorry, That was dramatic. Don't apologize. You're allowed to have feelings. He handed me a napkin from the taco bag. For what it's worth, I'm scared too. You are? Terrified. Natalie left me at the altar 8 weeks before the altar, but close enough. I thought I knew her. Thought I knew what we had. And I was completely wrong. How do you trust your judgment after that? How do you believe someone won't leave when you've already been left? I don't know. Me neither. But Liv, I also know that hiding from it doesn't make it go away. I tried. For 6 months, I avoided anything that looked like feelings. And then I met you. And you were safe because we were both broken. We understood each other. It was supposed to be friendship and nothing more. But it's not just friendship anymore. I said quietly, no, it's not. And I don't know what to do about that because I don't want to lose you. You're the best thing that's happened to me in a really long time. We sat in silence, watching people walk by, a mother pushing a stroller, a couple holding hands, an old man feeding pigeons. What if we try? I said finally, what if we just see what happens? What if it doesn't work? What if it does? He smiled that crooked smile I'd come to love. Maya would be insufferable. She'd never let us forget she was right. She really wouldn't. Are we really doing this? Taking the risk? I thought about everything that could go wrong. The hurt, the heartbreak, the possibility of losing the person who'd become my best friend. But I also thought about everything that could go right. The laughter, the comfort, the feeling of being understood. I think we might be, I said. Okay, so. Now what? I have no idea. I haven't done this in years. Is there a protocol? Do we go on dates? Do we just keep doing what we've been doing but call it dating? I think we're overthinking this, definitely overthinking. How about this? Let me take you to dinner. A real dinner. Not tacos and therapy, but an actual date. Like a fancy restaurant. As fancy as you want. Or as casual. Whatever you're comfortable with. I'm comfortable with you, I said. That's the scary part. He reached over and took my hand. It felt natural, like we'd been holding hands forever. Good scary or bad scary? I don't know yet. Ask me after dinner. It's a date, then. Literally. We ate our tacos on that park bench, holding hands awkwardly with our free hands, laughing at how ridiculous we probably looked. But it felt right in a way that made all the fears seem smaller. When I got back to my office, Sarah gave me a knowing look. Your friend seemed nice. He's very nice, just a friend. Maybe more than that. She grinned. About time. I've been watching you mope around here for months. That night, Maya called the second I got home. So, she demanded, how was your day? How did you know something happened? Because you have that voice. The something happened voice. Spill. Ethan came to my office. We talked. We're going on a date. Screaming. Actual screaming through the phone. Finally. Oh my God, finally. I knew it. I knew you two were perfect for each other. I knew. Maya, breathe. I'm breathing. I'm just very excited. When's the date? Saturday night. What are you wearing? Where are you going? Have you kissed yet? We haven't kissed. We only just decided to try this 2 hours ago. But you're going to kiss on Saturday. I don't know. Maybe. Is there a timeline for these things? Liv, you've been basically dating for 2 months. Kissing on the first official date is more than acceptable. It's expected. What if I'm a bad kisser? What if I've forgotten how? You haven't forgotten how to kiss. Trevor said I was too aggressive. Trevor was an idiot who didn't deserve you. Stop letting his stupid opinions live in your head rent-free. She was right. I knew she was right. But old insecurities die hard. Saturday arrived faster than I expected. I changed outfits 4 times before settling on a dark blue dress. That Maya insisted made my eyes look devastatingly beautiful. You look amazing, she said via FaceTime, watching me do my makeup. He's going to die when he sees you. I don't want him to die. I want him to. I don't know. Like me. Liv, he already likes you. That's why you're going on a date. Now stop overthinking and go be happy. Ethan picked me up at 7. He was wearing dark jeans and a gray button-down that made his eyes look even greener. When I opened the door, he just stared for a moment. Wow, he finally said, you look incredible, thanks. You look pretty incredible yourself. These old things. He gestured at his clothes, then handed me a bouquet of sunflowers. I remembered you said these were your favorite. I had mentioned that weeks ago during one of our many conversations. The fact that he remembered made my heart squeeze. They're perfect. Thank you. He'd made reservations at Bella Knot, a small Italian place on the waterfront. It was romantic, without being over-the-top candlelight, soft music, excellent food. This is nice, I said after we'd ordered. Really nice. I haven't been on a date in God, for years? 3 years for me. I'm rusty. You brought flowers. That's not rusty. That's perfect. I called my sister and asked for advice. She gave me a whole list of things to do and not do on first dates. Like what? Don't talk about my ex. Don't check my phone. Don't order the most expensive thing on the menu. Do ask questions. Do make eye contact. Do tell you look beautiful. He smiled. Which you do. I didn't need my sister to tell me that part. I blushed. You're doing pretty well for someone who claims to be rusty. I'm faking it. Inside, I'm panicking. You are? Absolutely. I really don't want to screw this up. Me neither. The waiter brought our wine, and we clinked glasses. To new beginnings. Ethan suggested. To taking chances. To not letting our exes ruin us forever. I'll drink to that. Dinner was easy. We talked like we always did, but there was something different about it now. We weren't just friends hanging out. We were on a date. Every touch felt more significant when he passed me the bread basket and our fingers brushed. When he reached across the table to wipe a bit of sauce from my chin. When our knees bumped under the table and neither of us moved away. After dinner, we walked along the waterfront. The city lights reflected on the water, and a cool breeze blew in from the river. I have a confession, Ethan said as we walked. What's that? The Superman costume wasn't a coincidence. I stopped walking. What? You posted a picture on Instagram the week before the party. You were at a costume shop, trying on the Lois Lane outfit. I saw it and bought a Superman costume. You coordinated our costumes. I did. I told myself it was just a funny coincidence, that I was being a good friend, but really, I wanted us to match. I wanted people to see us together. Ethan, wait, there's more. Every time I suggested we get coffee or lunch, I spent at least 20 minutes deciding what to wear. I memorized your coffee order. I started watching that show you mentioned so we'd have something to talk about. I've been half in love with you since the gallery, and I've been lying to myself about it for 2 months. My heart was pounding. Why are you telling me this now? Because we're on a date, and I don't want to pretend anymore. I don't want to be careful or safe or worried about ruining the friendship. I want to be honest. So here's the truth. I think about you constantly. I smile like an idiot when you text me. You make everything better just by being around. And I'm terrified that I'm going to mess this up. But I'm more terrified of not trying. I stood there, overwhelmed by the honesty of it. All the careful walls I'd built around my heart felt paper thin. Say something, he said quietly, please. I don't know what to say. Tell me I'm not alone in this. Tell me you feel it too. I feel it, I whispered. I've been feeling it. That's why I was avoiding you. Because feeling this way is terrifying, and I don't know how to. Trust it. We don't have to trust it perfectly. We just have to try. He stepped closer, and suddenly we were standing so close, I could see the flecks of gold in his green eyes. Liv. He said softly, can I kiss you? I nodded, not trusting my voice. He cupped my face gently, giving me time to pull away if I wanted to. But I didn't want to. I wanted this. I wanted him. When his lips met mine, it felt like everything clicked into place. The kiss was soft at first, tentative. Both of us careful. But then I reached up and wrapped my arms around his neck, and he pulled me closer. And careful went out the window. It was the kind of kiss that makes you forget where you are. The kind that makes the world disappear. The kind that tells you everything you need to know. When we finally pulled apart, we were both breathless. Wow, he said. Yeah. Wow. That was really good. Really, really good. He rested his forehead against mine. I've been wanting to do that for weeks. Weeks. Since the bookstore. You were recommending a book to a customer, and you got so animated about it. And all I could think was that I wanted to kiss you. Why didn't you? Because we were friends. Because I didn't want to risk it. Because I'm an idiot. I laughed. You're not an idiot. You're cautious. There's a difference. What about you? When did you know? I thought about it. The gallery, maybe. Or the tacos, or possibly every single time we've hung out since. I've been in denial. We're both ridiculous. Completely ridiculous. He kissed me again, softer this time, sweeter. When he pulled back, he was smiling. So, this is good, right? We're doing this. We're doing this. No more pretending we're just friends. No more pretending. Maya's going to be insufferable. So insufferable, I agreed. We'll never hear the end of it. Worth it. I looked at him, this man who'd started as a stranger at a gallery, become my best friend, and was now, what? My boyfriend. My person. Definitely worth it. We walked back to his car hand in hand, stealing kisses like teenagers, grinning like idiots, When he dropped me off at my apartment, he walked me to the door. "I had a really good time tonight," he said. "Me too. Best first date ever. Want to do it again tomorrow? Isn't that too soon? Maybe. But I don't care. I've wasted 2 months being just friends. I don't want to waste any more time. Tomorrow, then tomorrow." He kissed me goodnight, and I floated up to my apartment. Maya called immediately. "How was it?" "Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Did you kiss?" "We kissed. And it was amazing." "He's amazing. This whole thing is amazing. I'm so happy for you. You deserve this, Liv. You deserve someone who sees how incredible you are." After we hung up, I got ready for bed, unable to stop smiling. My phone buzzed with a text. Asterisk asterisk Ethan, still thinking about that kiss. Asterisk 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 me too. Asterisk 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 Ethan, sweet dreams, beautiful. Asterisk 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 me, sweet dreams. Asterisk asterisk I fell asleep happy for the first time in months. The next few weeks were a blur of happiness. Ethan and I were inseparable: dinners, movies, long walks through the city, lazy Sundays at his apartment watching bad TV. All the things we'd been doing before, but now with kissing. Lots and lots of kissing. "You two are disgusting," Maya said one day when she caught us making out in my kitchen. "Get a room." "This is my room." "Well, my apartment." "Then I'm leaving. I can't handle this level of cute." But she was smiling when she said it. Work became more bearable because I had something to look forward to afterward. My boss even commented that I seemed happier. New relationship. She guessed. That obvious? You've been smiling at your phone all week. It's either a new relationship or you've developed a worrying phone addiction. Ethan met Maya officially over brunch. She interrogated him like a detective. "What are your intentions with my best friend?" "Maya." I protested. "It's fine," Ethan said. "My intentions are to make her happy, treat her well, and not be an idiot like her ex." "Good answer. You pass. For now. There's a test later. Multiple test. I take my role as best friend very seriously." Despite the theatrics, I could tell Maya liked him. Later, she pulled me aside. "He's good for you," she said. "You're lighter. Happier. More like the Liv I knew before Trevor." I feel lighter. Like I've been holding my breath for 3 months and finally exhaled. Don't take this the wrong way, but I was worried. After Trevor, you were so closed off. I thought you might never let anyone in again. I almost didn't. I was ready to write off relationships entirely. But Ethan, I searched for the right words. He made it safe to try again. It wasn't all perfect, of course. We had our moments of panic. 3 weeks in, I saw Trevor at a coffee shop with his new girlfriend. They looked happy, laughing over lattes, and something in my chest twisted. Not because I wanted him back, but because it was a reminder of what I'd lost. I texted Ethan. Asterisk asterisk saw Trevor today. Feeling weird about it. Asterisk asterisk he called immediately. "You okay?" "Yeah." "No. I don't know. It just brought everything back." "Want me to come over?" "You're at work." "I'll leave early. Be there in 20 minutes. He showed up with ice cream and let me vent about the unfairness of Trevor getting to be happy, while I was still processing the trauma. "You're happy too," Ethan pointed out. "You're happy with me, right?" "Of course I am. But seeing him just reminded me that he destroyed me and he gets to just move on. Like nothing happened. He didn't destroy you. You're sitting here in your apartment with ice cream and a boyfriend who adores you. You survived him. That's not destroyed. That's strong." I looked at him as patient, kind man who'd rushed over on a work day to comfort me about my ex. "How are you this understanding?" "Because I get it. Last week I saw Natalie's engagement announcement on Facebook. She's marrying the guy she dated right after me. Took them 6 months to get engaged. Took us 2 years. It messed with my head. You didn't tell me, because I was embarrassed. I'm with you. I'm happy, and I still let her get to me. It's stupid." "It's not stupid. It's human." "Exactly. So let yourself feel weird about Trevor. Feel whatever you need to feel. I'm not going anywhere." That was the moment I knew I was falling in love with him. Not just liking him, not just enjoying his company, but actually falling in love. It terrified me. The first real test came 6 weeks into our relationship. Ethan's company was having a holiday party, and he'd invited me as his +1. "It's pretty casual," he said. "Dinner, drinks, maybe some awkward team building games. But I want you there. I want people to meet you. You want to introduce me to your coworkers? And my boss. And possibly that annoying guy from accounting who keeps trying to set me up with his sister. I want to show you off." I should have been flattered. Instead, I panicked. That's a lot of people. Is it too much? We don't have to go. I can skip it. No, you should go. Meeting everyone feels really official. We are official, aren't we? Of course we are. I didn't know what I meant. It's a big step. He looked confused. Liv, we've been together for 6 weeks. We see each other almost every day. How is meeting my coworkers a big step? I don't know. It just feels like a lot. Do you not want to go? I didn't say that. You're acting like I asked you to move in with me. It's just a party. I know it's just a party. I'm being weird. Ignore me. But the weirdness didn't go away. As the party approached, I found myself making excuses. I wasn't feeling well. I had a work deadline. Maya needed help with something. Liv, what's really going on? Ethan finally asked the night before the party. Nothing. I'm just busy. You're avoiding this party like you avoided me after Halloween. I'm not avoiding, yes. You are. And I need to know why. Did I do something wrong? No. You're perfect. That's the problem. I'm going to need you to explain that. I sat down, trying to organize my thoughts. Everything with us has been so good, so easy. And meeting your coworkers, being integrated into your life, it makes it real, really real. And the more real it gets, the more I have to lose. So you're protecting yourself by keeping distance. Maybe. I don't know. I'm sorry. I know I'm being ridiculous. You're not ridiculous, but Liv. You can't live your life preparing for the worst. You have to trust that we're going to be okay. What if we're not? Then we're not. But we won't know unless we try. And right now, you're sabotaging us before we even have a chance. His words stung because they were true. I don't mean to, I said quietly. I know, but you're doing it anyway. Look, if you don't want to go to the party, fine. We won't go. But you need to figure out if you're actually in this with me, or if you're just waiting for me to hurt you. That's not fair, isn't it? You've been pulling away for a week, canceling plans, being distant. I thought things were good, but now I don't know what we are. We're together. Of course we're together. Are we? Because it doesn't feel like it right now. We stared at each other across my living room. It was our first fight, and I didn't know how to fix it. I should go. Ethan said finally. Don't go. Stay. Let's talk about this. I don't think you want to talk. I think you want me to say it's okay, that you're scared. And it is okay. But I can't be in a relationship where you're always preparing for the end. I deserve more than that. He left, and I sat on my couch feeling like I just destroyed the best thing in my life. Maya came over within an hour of my tearful phone call. What happened? I told her everything: the party, my fear, the fight, okay? I'm going to say something you don't want to hear, she said. But you need to hear it. You're letting Trevor win. What? Trevor hurt you. He cheated, he broke your trust, he made you feel not good enough. And now you're letting that experience dictate your relationship with Ethan. You're punishing Ethan for Trevor's mistakes. I'm not punishing him, you are. You're so afraid of being hurt again that you won't let yourself be happy. And if you keep doing that, you're going to lose Ethan. Not because he doesn't care, but because no one can have a relationship with someone who's always got one foot out the door. Tears were streaming down my face. I don't know how to stop being scared. You don't stop being scared. You be scared and do it anyway. You go to that party. You meet his coworkers. You let yourself be part of his life. And yeah, maybe it doesn't work out. Maybe you get hurt again. But maybe you don't. Maybe this is the real thing. But you'll never know unless you try. She was right. I knew she was right. I texted Ethan. ***, can we talk? Please. ***, he showed up 30 minutes later, looking exhausted. I'm sorry, I said as soon as he walked in. You're right. I've been pulling away because I'm scared. But that's not fair to you, and it's not fair to us. I don't want you to be scared of me. I'm not scared of you. I'm scared of losing you. But Maya made me realize that if I keep acting like this, I'll lose you anyway. So I need to make a choice. I need to choose us. What does that mean? It means I'm going to the party with you. It means I'm going to meet your coworkers and your boss and that annoying accountant. It means I'm going to stop waiting for you to hurt me and start trusting that you won't. What if I do hurt you? Not on purpose, but accidentally. What if I mess up? Then we deal with it, together. Like adults in a real relationship. He pulled me into his arms. I don't want to lose you either. That's why I got so frustrated. I can see you slipping away, and it kills me. I'm not slipping away. I'm right here. I'm staying here. Promise? I promise. No more running. No more sabotaging. I'm all in. All in? Completely all in. He kissed me, and it felt like forgiveness and fresh starts and second chances all rolled into one. The holiday party was exactly as Ethan had described: casual, friendly, with moderately awkward team-building games. His coworkers were nice, his boss was charming, and the annoying accountant actually had a great sense of humor. "So you're the famous Liv," Ethan's friend Marcus said. "We've heard a lot about you. All good things, I hope. He won't shut up about you. It's disgusting." But he was smiling when he said it. I met Ethan's closest work friends, Katie from marketing, James from design, and Lisa from HR. They welcomed me like I'd always been part of the group. "It's nice to see Ethan happy again," Lisa said when we were alone at the bar. "After Natalie, we were worried about him. He told me about that. It sounded rough. It was brutal. He was a mess for months. But then he met you, and suddenly he was his old self again. Better than his old self, actually. So thank you for that. I didn't do anything. You gave him a reason to try again." "That's not nothing." Later, during a break from the festivities, Ethan and I stepped outside for some air. "See? Not so bad, right?" he said. "Actually, it was fun. Your co-workers are great. They like you." "I can tell." "How can you tell?" "Because Katie already asked if we're doing couples game night next weekend. And James invited us to his New Year's Eve party. We're getting absorbed into the friend group." "Is that okay?" I thought about what Maya had said about choosing us, about being all in. "It's more than okay. It's good, really good." He kissed me right there on the street, and I didn't care who saw. "I love you," he said suddenly, pulling back to look at me. I didn't plan to say it here, in front of my office building, but I can't keep it in anymore. "I love you, Liv." My heart stopped, then started again, beating double time. "You love me?" "I do. I have for a while. And I know it soon. And if you're not there yet, that's okay. But I needed you to know." I kissed him, stopping his words. When I pulled back, I was smiling. "I love you too. I think I have since the park. Maybe before." Yeah. I was just as scared to admit it. And now I'm still scared. But I'm also sure. I'm sure about you, about us, about this. "I love you, Ethan." He picked me up and spun me around, both of us laughing like idiots. When he set me down, we were both grinning. "Best holiday party ever," he said. Agreed. We went back inside, hand in hand, and I realized that somewhere along the way, I'd stopped being afraid. Or maybe I was still afraid, but didn't care anymore. Because being with Ethan was worth the risk. Part 11. Meeting the family. Yes, the next hurdle came during the holidays. Both of our families wanted to meet the significant other they'd been hearing about. "My parents are doing Christmas Eve dinner," Ethan said. "Very casual. Just immediate family. They're dying to meet you. And my mom wants us to come for Christmas brunch," I added. "Fair warning, she's intense. More intense than my sister who orchestrated the gallery meeting that started all this. Different kind of intense. Prepare for detailed questions about your intentions, your career prospects, and your 5-year plan. She knows we've only been officially dating for 3 months, right? She does not care. In her mind, if you're serious enough to meet the family, you're serious enough to discuss marriage." "Marriage." Ethan's eyes widened. "Relax. I'll run interference. But you've been warned." We decided to do Christmas Eve with his family and Christmas Day brunch with mine. It meant a lot of family time in a short period, but we'd face it together. Ethan's family was warm and welcoming. His parents, Robert and Helen, greeted me with hugs. His sister Claire, the one from the gallery, pulled me aside immediately. "Thank God you'd finally figured it out," she said. "I was running out of gallery openings to drag him to." "You set that up." "Not the meeting. That was fate. But I definitely made sure he'd be there that night. And I told your friend Maya the exhibit was amazing even though I'd never seen it. You and Maya were conspiring. Girl code. You were both miserable and perfect for each other. Someone had to intervene. Dinner was chaotic in the best way. Laughter, stories, gentle teasing. Helen showed me embarrassing baby photos of Ethan. Robert asked about my work with genuine interest. Claire's husband Eric shared my love of bad horror movies. You fit right in. Ethan whispered as we helped clear dishes. Your family is wonderful. They love you. Mom's already planning Easter dinner and wondering if you'll be there. It's only December. She's a planner. It's genetic. I come by it honestly. Christmas brunch with my family was more nerve-wracking. My mother, Patricia, was a force of nature, a retired lawyer who never met a question she didn't want to ask. So, Ethan, she began before we'd even finished our mimosas. Olivia tells me you're a software developer. Yes, ma'am. I work for a tech consulting firm downtown. Stable income? Mom, I warned. What? It's a reasonable question. Financial stability is important. I do okay. Ethan said diplomatically. Enough to support myself and contribute to a future partnership. Good answer. Mom looked impressed. My dad, thankfully, was more laid back. He and Ethan bonded over their shared love of terrible action movies. Finally, someone who appreciates the cinematic masterpiece that is Con Air. Dad said, "It's an underrated classic." Ethan agreed solemnly. My younger sister Zoe was home from college and immediately claimed Ethan as her favorite. "You're way better than Trevor," she announced. Trevor was a tool, Zoe, Mom chided half-heartedly. What? He was? Everyone thought so. We were all relieved when Liv finally dumped him. I didn't dump him. He cheated on me. Semantics. Point is, you're better off. And Ethan seems actually nice. High praise from a college sophomore, Ethan said, amused. After brunch, as we drove back to my apartment, I turned to him. That wasn't too awful, was it? Are you kidding? Your family is great. Your mom's intense, but she clearly cares about you. Your dad's hilarious. And Zoe's awesome. She does like you. The feeling's mutual. Though I have to ask, why didn't you tell me your mom's a lawyer? I would have prepared better. Because I wanted you to meet them as yourself. Not as the version of yourself you think they'd want to see. And you were perfect. Exactly yourself. That's why they loved you. He pulled me close at a red light, kissing my temple. We survived the family gauntlet. We did. We're officially serious now. Were we not serious before? We were serious. But meeting the families makes it serious. Like, this is going somewhere serious. Is it going somewhere? I looked at him, this man who'd gone from stranger to friend to boyfriend to love of my life. In just a few months. Yeah, I said. I think it is. # part 12. The 6-month mark, 6 months into our relationship. Ethan and I were solid. Not perfect, we still had our moments of insecurity and old wounds resurfacing, but solid. We'd found our rhythm, our patterns, our way of being together. We'd stopped referring to each other as boyfriend, girlfriend. It felt too casual for what we had. He was my partner. My person. Moving with me, Ethan said one Sunday morning as we lay in bed at his apartment. What? Move in. Your lease is up in 2 months anyway. Stop paying rent on a place you barely sleep at anymore. It was true. I'd been spending most nights at his place. My apartment had become glorified storage. That's a big step. We've already taken it, really. We're just making it official. What if it's too soon? Liv, we've known each other for 8 months. We've been together for 6. We're both in our late 20s, not college kids playing house. If this feels right, why wait? Because what if? No what ifs. Do you want to live with me? I thought about it. Waking up next to him every day. Coming home to him every night. Building a life together in a shared space. Double quotes. Yes, I said. I want to live with you. Yeah? Yeah. Let's do it. He pulled me close, kissing the top of my head. We're really doing this. The whole adult relationship thing. Terrifying, isn't it? The best kind of terrifying. Moving in together was chaotic and wonderful. We argued about furniture placement and discovered we had very different ideas. About kitchen organization. He learned I was a slob in the morning, and I learned he sang off-key in the shower. We negotiated closet space and bathroom schedules and whose turn it was to take out the trash. It was domestic and boring and absolutely perfect. Maya came to visit once we were settled. Look at you, she said, surveying the apartment. All grown up and cohabitating. I know. It's weird. Good weird. The best weird. I can't believe I almost missed this because I was too scared to try. But you didn't miss it. You took the risk, and look how it paid off. That night, Ethan and I made dinner together in our kitchen. He chopped vegetables while I handled the pasta. And we moved around each other with the easy familiarity of people who belong together. Happy? He asked. Ridiculously happy. You? Haven't been this happy in years. Maybe ever. After dinner, we curled up on the couch together, watching a movie neither of us was paying attention to. His fingers traced absent patterns on my arm, and I felt completely content. Can I tell you something? I said during a commercial break. Always. That night at the gallery. When you asked if the seat was taken, I almost said yes. I almost pretended someone was sitting there because I didn't want to make small talk with a stranger. What made you say no? Honestly, you looked as miserable as I felt. I thought maybe we could be miserable together. He laughed. Best decision you ever made. Second best. The best was kissing you back. I don't know. I think agreeing to live with me is pretty high up there. Fair point. Top 3, then. He turned to face me, his expression turning serious. You know what my best decision was? What? Walking over to that bench asking if the seat was taken, taking a chance on tacos with a stranger. Every single choice that led me to you. My heart squeezed. You're going to make me cry. Don't cry. Or do. Either way, I love you. I love you too. So much. We kissed, slow and sweet, the kind of kiss that felt like a promise. Part 13. The proposal a year after that first unexpected kiss. Ethan took me back to the waterfront where it had all happened. Why are we here? I asked as we walked along the path, just wanted to revisit the scene of the crime. What crime? The crime of me falling completely in love with you. I rolled my eyes but smiled. You're such a romantic. Only for you. We stopped at the spot where we'd had our first kiss. The city lights reflected on the water just like they had that night. And I felt a rush of nostalgia for who we'd been then, broken and scared, but hopeful enough to try. Remember this? Ethan asked. How could I forget? Best first kiss of my life. Only first kiss of your life. Best kiss. Period. What about this morning when top 5 kiss of my life? He laughed, then got quiet. When I looked at him, he was staring at me with an intensity that made my breath catch. Ethan, I've been trying to figure out the right time to do this. The perfect moment. I had this whole elaborate plan: rose petals, candles, a photographer hidden in the bushes. That sounds terrifying, right? That's what I thought. So I scrapped it. Because the truth is, there's no perfect moment. Every moment with you is perfect. He reached into his jacket pocket, and my heart started racing. Liv, you saved my life. Not in a dramatic way, but in all the small, important ways. You made me believe in love again. You made me brave enough to try. You made me want to be better, do better, love better. He pulled out a small velvet box, and I couldn't breathe. I don't want to spend another day without knowing you're mine forever. I don't want to waste time being cautious or careful or afraid. I want to choose you every day for the rest of my life. He dropped to one knee, and tears were already streaming down my face. Olivia Murray, will you marry me? He opened the box to reveal a beautiful ring, simple, elegant, exactly my style. Yes, I said, my voice breaking. Yes, yes, yes. He stood up and slipped the ring on my finger, then kissed me like his life depended on it. Around us, people started clapping, but I barely noticed. It was just us, just this moment, just this incredible beginning. I can't believe you proposed on the anniversary of our first kiss. I said when we finally pulled apart. Actually, I proposed exactly 1 year and 3 weeks after our first kiss. I'm terrible with dates, but close enough. I laughed through my tears. Close enough. Perfect, actually. Yeah. All of this is perfect. We walked back to the car hand in hand, both of us grinning like idiots. My phone buzzed with a text from Maya. *** Maya, did he do it? *** me. How did you know? *** Maya, because he asked me for your ring size 3 weeks ago. Congratulations. I'm screaming. The whole restaurant is staring at me. I don't care. You're getting married. *** Maya knows. I asked Ethan. I had to ask her for your ring size. She threatened to kill me if I didn't do it soon. How long have you been planning this? Since about month 3. I knew I wanted to marry you. I was just waiting for the right moment. And tonight was it. Tonight felt right. Being here, where it all started. Full circle, we drove home to our apartment. Our home and celebrated with champagne and pizza. Because fancy wasn't really our style. We're engaged, I said, staring at my ring in wonder. We are. You stuck with me now. I was already stuck with you. This just makes it official. No regrets. Not a single one. Not even about skipping the gallery that night and missing Sebastian's paintings. Especially not about that. If I'd stayed at that gallery, I never would have met you. I never would have had tacos and therapy. I never would have fallen in love with my best friend. Best friend who you're going to marry. Best friend who I'm going to marry, I repeated, loving the sound of it. ## Part 14. The wedding got married 8 months later in a small ceremony at the same park, where we'd had our first real conversation. Maya was my maid of honor. Claire was a bridesmaid. Marcus was Ethan's best man. The ceremony was simple, just our families and closest friends. Officiated by Ethan's uncle, who'd gotten ordained online specifically for this. We wrote our own vows. Liv, Ethan began, his voice shaking slightly. A year and a half ago, I was hiding at an art gallery, avoiding my life and my feelings. And then you sat down next to me and everything changed. You gave me hope when I thought I was out of it. You gave me courage when I was too scared to try. You gave me love when I didn't think I deserved it. He took a breath, composing himself. I promise to always be honest with you. even when it's hard. I promise to choose you every single day. I promise to eat tacos with you and hold you when you cry and laugh at your terrible jokes. I promise to love you through the good times and the hard times and all the boring, ordinary times in between. I promise to be your partner, your best friend, your home. By the time he finished, I was crying. I wiped my eyes and tried to steady my voice. Ethan, you once told me that nothing was wrong with me, that I just had bad luck with someone who didn't deserve me. You gave me those words when I needed them most, and I've carried them with me ever since. You taught me that love doesn't have to be complicated or painful, that it can be easy and comfortable and right. I squeezed his hands, feeling the weight of the moment. I promise to be brave enough to choose love, even when I'm scared. I promise to trust you and trust us and trust that we're going to be okay. I promise to be your safe space and your adventure. I promise to always get you fish tacos when you're sad, and to never make you go to pretentious art galleries unless absolutely necessary. Everyone laughed, and I smiled through my tears. I promise to love you exactly as you are, exactly as you become, for all the years we have together. You're my unexpected gift, my favorite surprise, my greatest love, and I can't wait to spend forever with you. The uncle pronounced us married, and Ethan kissed me to enthusiastic applause. As we walked back down the aisle as husband and wife, I saw Maya crying, my mom beaming, and Claire giving us a thumbs-up at the reception held at Rusty's Taco Shack. Naturally, Maya gave a speech that had everyone laughing and crying. I dragged Liv to that gallery against her will. She said into the microphone. She did not want to go. She complained the entire way there. But I made her go because I knew she needed to get out of her apartment and stop feeling sorry for herself. Thanks, Maya, I called out, and everyone laughed. But here's the thing, I had no idea Ethan would be there. I didn't know he'd be the person she'd escape with. I didn't know that one night would turn into this incredible love story. So I'd like to think I helped. But really, this was all them. They found each other. They chose each other. They fought through their fears and their baggage and all the reasons they shouldn't work. And they built something beautiful. She raised her glass. To Liv and Ethan, may your love continue to be as unexpected, as wonderful and as perfect as it's been from the start. To Liv and Ethan. Everyone echoed. Later, during our first dance, Ethan pulled me close. Happy? He whispered, so happy I could burst. No regrets about marrying the guy you met at a gallery you didn't want to attend. My only regret is not kissing you sooner. We made up for lost time. We did. And we have a whole lifetime ahead to keep making up for it. Forever sounds pretty good. Forever sounds perfect. As we swayed to the music, surrounded by everyone we loved, I thought about that night at the gallery. How close I'd come to saying the seat was taken. How easily I could have missed him. Missed us. Missed this perfect life we built together. What are you thinking about? Ethan asked. That kiss. The one on the waterfront. Our first kiss? Yeah. That one moment changed everything. One unexpected kiss, and suddenly my whole life was different. Better different. The best different. The happiest different. We should go back there, he said. On our anniversary every year. Commemorate the spot where I kissed you and you finally stopped being stubborn about your feelings. I wasn't stubborn. I was cautious. You were stubborn. Maybe a little stubborn. A lot stubborn. But that's okay. I love your stubbornness. And I love your patience. And your kindness. And your terrible singing in the shower. My singing is excellent. It's really not. You're going to have to hear it every morning for the rest of your life. I'm counting on it. The song ended, and everyone applauded. We smiled at our guests, at our families, at the life we were beginning together. Ready for forever. Mrs. Chen, Ethan asked. I looked at my husband, my partner, my best friend, my unexpected love, and felt nothing but joy. Ready for forever. Mr. Chen, ### epilogue. 5 years later, 5 years later. We returned to the waterfront on a crisp October evening. We did this every year, came back to the spot where Ethan had proposed, where we'd shared our first kiss, where everything had begun. But this year was different. This year, we had a passenger in the backseat. Are we there yet? Our 4-year-old daughter Sophie asked for the 100th time. Almost, sweetheart, I said, turning to smile at her. She had Ethan's green eyes and my stubborn chin. Why do we come here every year? Because this is where Daddy proposed to Mommy, Ethan explained, parking the car. What's proposed mean? It's when you ask someone to marry you. But you're already married. We are now. But we weren't always. This is where Daddy asked Mommy if she wanted to marry him. And Mommy said yes. Mommy said yes very quickly, I confirmed, unbuckling her from her car seat. We walked to our spot on the waterfront, Sophie between us, holding both our hands. Tell me the story again, she demanded. It was her favorite bedtime story, how Mommy and Daddy met. Well, Ethan began. Mommy and Daddy both went to an art gallery one night, even though neither of you liked art. Sophie added. She knew the story by heart, even though neither of us liked art. And we sat on a bench together. And we talked, and we ate tacos at Rusty's, where we had my birthday. That's right. And we became best friends. And then we fell in love. And then Daddy brought Mommy here and asked her to marry him. And Mommy said yes because Daddy is handsome and makes good pancakes. Ethan laughed. That's exactly why. We reached our spot and I looked out at the water, at the city lights, at this place that held so many memories. You know what's funny? I said to Ethan, if you'd asked me that night at the gallery if I thought I'd ever be happy again, I would have said no. I was so sure that Trevor had ruined me for relationships forever. And now I can't even remember what it felt like to be that sad. That version of me feels like a stranger. She wasn't a stranger. She was just someone who hadn't met me yet. Modest as ever. It's true. You hadn't experienced my mediocre cooking or my shower concerts, or my extremely strong opinions about action movies. Daddy's silly, Sophie announced. Daddy is very silly, I agreed. But we love him anyway, because he makes good pancakes. Because he makes good pancakes, and because he's kind, and because he loves us very much. Ethan picked up Sophie, settling her on his hip. Should we tell her? Tell me what? Sophie's eyes widened with excitement. I put my hand on my belly, where a tiny baby too small to show yet was growing. You're going to be a big sister. Sophie's mouth opened in shock. Then she started screaming with joy, and both Ethan and I were laughing as we tried to calm her down. A baby. A real baby. Can we name it Elsa? If it's a girl, we'll consider it, Ethan said diplomatically. When do I get the baby? Not for a while. About 6 more months. That's forever. It'll go fast, I promised. As the sun set over the water, we stood there, our little family, soon to be bigger. Ethan wrapped his free arm around me, Sophie between us, and I felt overwhelmingly grateful for that night at the gallery, for the seat that wasn't taken, for the tacos and the conversation and the courage to try again. Happy anniversary, Ethan said, kissing my temple. Happy anniversary. Here's to many more. Many, many more. Sophie squirmed to get down, and we let her run ahead of us on the path, keeping a close eye on her. Can you believe it's been 5 years? I asked. Since the proposal? Yes, since we met. It feels like forever and also like yesterday. I know what you mean. Sometimes I forget there was a time before you. That's because we're meant to be together. Soulmates. I thought you didn't believe in soulmates. I didn't, until I met mine. I stopped walking and pulled him into a kiss, not our first, not our last, but one of thousands we'd shared and thousands more we'd share. It still made my heart race. It still felt like magic. I love you, I said when we pulled apart. I love you too. Thank you for saying yes. To the first date, to moving in, to marrying me, to all of it. Thank you for asking. Thank you for being patient when I was scared. Thank you for being exactly who you are. Mommy. Daddy, come see. Sophie was pointing at something in the water, probably a duck or a fish, or something equally exciting to a for-dash-here-dash-hole. We ran to catch up with her, our laughter echoing across the waterfront. That night, after we'd put Sophie to bed and were getting ready for bed ourselves, Ethan pulled me into his arms. You know what I was thinking about today? He said. What? That if I hadn't asked if the seat was taken, none of this would exist. No us. No Sophie. No baby number 2. Our whole life came down to one question and one answer. I could have said the seat was taken, but you didn't. But I didn't. Why do you think you said no? Really? I thought about it, about that version of me sitting on that bench, broken and bitter and not believing in happy endings. I think some part of me, the part that wasn't completely destroyed by Trevor, still had hope, still believed that something good could happen. That part of me saw you and thought maybe, and that tiny maybe was enough. I'm glad for that maybe. Me too. Best maybe of my life. We fell asleep tangled together, the way we did every night. Safe and loved and home. And sometimes, late at night, when I couldn't sleep, I'd think about that kiss. That one unexpected kiss on a waterfront in October. How it had started with fear and ended with forever. How one moment of bravery had led to everything. People ask me sometimes if I believe in fate, in soulmates and love at first sight. I tell them I believe in taking chances, in saying yes when you want to say no, in tacos and therapy and conversations with strangers, in healing and hope and the courage to try again. But mostly, I believe in us, in the love we built from broken pieces, in the family we created, in the life we chose. One unexpected kiss changed everything, and I'd do it again in a heartbeat. Asterisk asterisk the end asterisk asterisk.